Yo, guys, big up to everyone. I hope everyone is doing good. Big up to all of you. So, I hope everyone is doing good. Smash up the likes, subscribes, and all that. I hope you're doing good, everyone. But we got some mixed feelings, or at least. So, big up to everyone. I hope everyone is doing good. Listen, I've been doing good, just haven't had the time to fully, shit. Never mind, I saw something. Exercise or fully if anything, but yeah, I'm just trying to get more people in. So yeah. So yeah, I only got an hour. So yeah, we're gonna talk about Spurs. They're in the mud. We're gonna also have to talk about some politics stuff like the U.S. Iran war. So yeah, let's talk about Spurs downfall. Let's talk about everything. So yeah, so I need everyone to join the stream. I got basically a lot of things to get into. I'm doing fine. I just feel a bit tired. That's all. I'm not fully motivated. So yeah, but I think we'll be live again tomorrow. So yeah, I'm just trying to send a few people. But yeah, but first of all, before I get into the Spurs reaction, but yeah, Tom, they are in the mud, guys. Big up to Arturo. If you guys can hear me, good. Because I'm just trying to get in. So share the stream and all that. You know the drill. We're gonna talk about a bit of politics because sadly, besides the Spurs thing, sadly, there's a war going on. And I know I'm not monetized, but now with the intersections and all that, guess what? Now due to with this event, yeah, smash up the likes, guys. Due to this event, I just feel more upset, bro. Honestly, because now we're just freaking mixing up with more politics into war. This is a joke, bro. Honestly, and I just feel more, more sad, pressure, and it just feels like bullshit at this point because how are we even allowed to even go to another war? But yet, with the World Cup being held in literally less than 100 days from now exactly, why is this allowed? And this is allowed. Today has been the 3-month anniversary since the World Cup draw. And let me explain in a minute, but let me grab something. I'll be there. I just need to grab this. Smash up the likes, guys. Subscribe. I might try to put the link in maybe in a few minutes from now. But I just don't feel proud to be an American, honestly, at the moment. The hypocrisy, bro. Enough is enough, honestly. Oh, shoot, I forgot to put on this. But yeah, like and subscribe. I support Iran. Life is politics. Yeah. And now with this event, guess what? The finalissima, the finalissima is now getting postponed or moved to not even a freaking month in. Why is the U.S. empire even allowed to even do this? And that's what unfortunately ruined. And I needed to address this. Jesus Christ, bro! Like I don't even support any side. And like, yeah, and I heard, but yeah, at this point, what's the point, bro? But yeah, the finalissima is being postponed in Qatar. We all want the Lamine Yamal, Lionel Messi, Argentina Spain match because these are the two best teams in the world, no doubt about that. Even as a Brazil fan, I could say it. All right, but besides the rivalry, Brazil Argentina, we all wanted Lamine Yamal versus Lionel Messi because it's probably the only time we're going to see it. And funny enough, I got that trophy done. But with this event, I'm not happy with this. Listen, we were all waiting for this match since July 2024. Ever since, yeah, Lionel Messi wins Copa America, Argentina wins Copa America, Colombia, we're just not on it enough. And England, we all know that these guys do not tend to be serious. So Spain, they deserve the European Cup winners, the Euros. Yo, PMFI, big up. Salute to you. Thanks for coming in. Share this stream if you can. Give this stream a like. Guess what? I got some bad news, PMF5. Due to what's going on with the political war with Donald Trump as he meets Lionel Messi today, the final visa itself is risk of being postponed. Even though Qatar wants to give up hosting due to an existing trade agreement. Wait, what? What do you mean a trade agreement? I thought it was because of the war. Oh my, and it just makes it so bad. It just makes it so worse, bro. Because I don't know if they're say something else, but that's weird. But yeah, due to what's going on with the Iran-United States war, it's been building up in these past few weeks. I mean, few days since Sunday, obviously, since Sunday night. I mean, well, Saturday night, Friday night, so almost about to be a full week. As we all know that they killed the Iranian Supreme Leader, kind of forgot his name. Look at what's going on with the fan. But yeah, Donald Trump invited the whole Inter Miami squad. It's surprising. Yeah, we're mixing up more sports with politics. And listen, just to show him the MLS Cup trophy. So Trump claims that he cares about the sport, right? And I wish Trump was more about football and soccer, which I think I agree on growing the sport. They even made a kid on him. But the problem is how are you allowed to host it? How are you allowed to freaking host it if you're not going to be what's called not serious, but more so how are you even allowed to do this? How do you want soccer to grow if you're starting wars in like a bunch of places right now? And I don't agree with that. Listen, that Iranian regime or whatever they call it, I know some people have mixed feelings, including Sam. Big up to you, by the way, even though I know you're not in the chat. But I know you've been suffering for a long time. I know a lot of people have mixed feelings, opinions. I of course, this does not involve me because I've never felt it. Because of course, I've never had ties to Iran, and I know Iran's been a political situation. But doing this during the World Cup year, now what? And then, of course, some people are hating on him. This little person says, Messi, you will lose the finals in the World Cup, everything after this. And listen, and apparently Trump is saying that he won't announce more illegal bombings around Iran, apparently, especially with what's going on in the Middle East. Because of your actions, Trump, I hate to break it to you, you're the reason why the finalissima might get postponed. Oh, but it's Iran's fault. Like, listen, I know Iran has some problems and they're not the best. They're probably not doing a great job at, opening up. But, like, Come on, man. Like, it's a joke, bro. But yeah, it's a joke, bro. Like, but the problem is, then what's the point then? Then that makes no sense. How do you want to have an event if you're not going to be consistent enough? Not because, and listen, I really don't even care about Trump, but the problem is he's just getting more people involved. Spending his entire career keeping political agenda, yep. And if we're just going to get more political, then what's the point of banning Russia at this point from the World Cup then? And like I noticed, Iran situation is technically not new. Generally, the political conflict itself, and I pray for everyone who was ever in the crossfire because you're involving more people, especially what's going on in Qatar, which I pray for them as well, in the UAE, especially the most overrated. That's Dubai. Well, nothing against Dubai. Well, of course, the most overrated attraction, which of course a lot of people love to vacationing with some of your actions. I hate to break it to you. Well, because guess what? You're disrupting their holidays, and now some of these tourists are stuck there, including some of the Americans. They're stuck there because of this event, and I just feel this and yeah, this is just political warfare, and we're just involving more sports. Just imagine if Trump was actually soccer. I'm glad. I mean, listen, I think it's good to see Trump getting involved in soccer, but this political agenda just kind of worries it. That could try, kill off the sport. And like, I'm not saying kill off the sport, but that disrupts it. Because if we're gonna see this, we're gonna see more of this coming in the future. And like Trump, yes, I don't like him because at this point, you're just not making it any better, bro. And listen, I really don't care about politics, but they're really trying to drag more of this. I swear to God, we're gonna have to talk about the FIFA World Cup more in the next week, probably before the Champions League, before we do a Champions League preview, because I'm not happy. And then Donald Trump said what no American president has to say before as he welcomes as they're trying to make subs as they go together. Good luck with that, because if this, oh yeah, the Euros isn't even that big. I have a Euro Cup and I have a Copa America, of course. Which, by the way, of course, are not like the Euros. I like Copa America, but the problem is these stupid politics being involved. And by the way, the Euros isn't really that big. Smaller than the Champions. It's like this size, but yeah, it's not looking good. In the coming weeks, I'm not happy about it. Let's go. What else would you want, Arturo? What else would you want to say about the finalissima getting postponed because of this? High ticket prices. This guy, says UEFA says that it's not seeking another venue for the finalissima. Are still thinking about a European venue. So yeah, due to this. So yeah, before we talk about Spurs, these guys might actually be postponed. These guys, I think are best. But yeah, this also even divides the Barcelona fan base because of the whole it's just a lot, bro. But yeah, and if this does get postponed, I swear to God, just why do you have to do this? Honestly, I know the Iranian situation. I mean, well, any political situation, as we all know, that's still going on today, isn't new. But in my opinion, if you were just things, then why are we not cleaning up our own problems? Especially look at, the high prices and all that, and not fixing up our problems like crime and all that. Healthcare and all that. You're not fixing that, but it's not just that. Honestly, this situation should have been held with. But since the United States has to warmonger and all that, And listen, that does not mean I'm defending the. Yes, I am defending the people of Iran, but this political war shit, I'm not defending that. I'm not defending either side. Exactly. Like this is what's happening. Like more people need to start waking up, honestly, because the World Cup is not looking good. Oh, come on, Mexico. But yeah, the final reason everything is fine, right? This is why things are getting ruined, putting more people at risk, all because of this. Even if they got nothing to do with your political BS, even if they're nowhere near a communist or even a capitalist, let's say, like I'm not neither. Like I don't really care. Just do your job, and you're not doing it. And if this is allowed, so I'm hearing reports like cities like London, which has Wembley, Madrid, apparently both the Bernabeu just now and the Wanda Metropolitano are options apparently in the past 48 hours, 24 hours exactly. Like, and listen, I haven't even got my thoughts, but now things with this, it's not looking good, bro. I hate to break it to you. This World Cup might actually be bad. But yeah, the final amusement could be held. And now with this, people have been waiting for this. Let me tell you this. People, especially me, even neutrals, especially the Barcelona fans, a lot of big football fans, of course, me, especially me, they want to watch Lamine Yamal versus Spain, Lamine Yamal in Spain go against Lionel Messi's Argentina. Of the clash of the Titans that we've all been asking for since July 2024, even before that. After they won the Euros, after Argentina wins Copa America, this was supposed to be held last year in 2025. But due to Spain's complicated schedule with the Nations League and with the UEFA Nations League and World Cup qualifiers or World Cup qualifiers, they couldn't do it. There were reports it could have been held in November, but since the World Cup qualifiers really took them to the last day, I mean they had to go through that. They had to wait till March. This was the perfect opportunity, and you're gonna take it. And now before the events, this bullshit has to fucking happen. And listen, I'm not a fan of that Iranian supreme leader, even though of course a lot of people want to say he's a bad dictator and all that. But this thing should have been held way before the World Cup, because if you're gonna allow this, then what's the point of banning Russia? Like FIFA, bro. This corruption is only getting worse and worse and worse. Big up to you, Southside. I thought you were Arturo. Big up to you. You said slot out. Are you a Liverpool fan? Big up to you. Salute to you. Smash up the likes. But yeah, we're talking about the final amusement possibly getting postponed or moved back to Europe. Like these guys, bro. But yeah, it's getting moved. But yeah, it's not looking good. The final reason, as reports, I even heard the Wanda is going to be held. This is supposed to take place exactly in 3 weeks from now, March the 27th, apparently. Which is, I think, on Friday, if I'm correct. This is on a Friday, not even on a Saturday, and holy shoot. March 27th or March 28th? Let me see. But yeah, it's not looking good. And I'm not happy about it. I'm not happy about it. Talking about the hypocrisy of the U.S. and the Spurs tears in the mud. But yeah, I'm just big up Chelsea Empire. That should be here. I forgot like that too. But still, this is not sustainable. It's not looking good, bro, and I'm not confident. This is why I look at this. With this support, with this, like it's just all that. America doesn't deserve the World Cup. They might have some serious questions. FIFA, bro, you guys might actually be in big trouble. You guys might actually just freaking like if we're gonna allow this corruption, bro, it's just sad to see. It's only gonna get worse from there. I know there's gonna be political war. Like FIFA just gets worse, bro. Like Qatar, like all about the money, despite the human rights violation. Even though I don't have any problems. I mean, listen, any country should host the World Cup. Doesn't matter where it is, in my opinion. Just not the hypocrisy of an agenda. Listen, you guys were okay with Russia in 2018, and then now you're against them because they invaded Ukraine, which I get it, but like, even though Ukraine had like their own problems, and they were still involved in some criminal activity themselves, they're saying, but still, it's just not sustainable. And listen, of course, but it's just that. I don't know if this is even worth it, bro. But yeah, what are they going to do? UEFA and CONMEBOL will define the. But yeah, it can't be held. I heard rumors Miami would be the destination, but not anymore. The only thing I gotta say about this, thank goodness the Intercontinental Cup was held before this bullshit event. But they started to escalate. Moss, big up to you. Yeah, we're gonna talk about Spurs, so stay tuned for that. What are you talking about? We're talking about the United States hosting the World Cup, and they're not doing good because look at this. What are you supporting or not? I know some people do. I don't, for example, but I respect that. Look at this. Due to Trump's unfortunately his actions, look at what's the chaos. Unfortunately, what triggers. That doesn't mean the nerd guy is any better. You could say, but here's the thing: this should have been dealt a long time ago, and now you're allowing this mess. This is all going to continue with a bigger mess, and I'm seeing it happening. Instead of like previewing the Argentina-Spain game, which I want to do, I'm here talking about more political war because of this. Like, can we just freaking have a game without politics? Like, Jesus Christ. Everyone wants to watch Lamine Yamal versus Messi, and then and then last week with Elementro and the cartel attacks, United States should be hosting the World Cup present, even less so. And the fact that Qatar needed the exactly. Where are we heading? Yeah, I know what the cartel problem, and it's true, but as well as this. So also I'm talking, and I'm not surprised about the Zion answering. Like, listen, I really don't care about them, but it's just a lot. Yeah, and even though Canada has a few games, not sure, or sure. And listen, I don't even understand the whole story of Iran because my family isn't from there or known to be there. Then even Canada are behaving better. Then might just give it. Even though Canada, it's approved, but it's just if we're just gonna keep allowing politics to play in sports society, it will get worse. I know it will. We're gonna see more of this. I would be surprised, and then FIFA, the corruption will just make it worse. And it's going to affect a lot. This is why I look at a lot of clubs, like for example, that have been hit by politics, like Chelsea, Barcelona, and all that. And it gets so political. But the finalissima is supposed to be held at this day, where Argentina literally won the World Cup final against France at the Nice, and now it's going to get postponed because of this. And now this could be moved to this could be moved to Wembley. We'll see what happens. But but this was planned for a couple months. The official announcement was, I think, in October or November, way before the Intercontinental Cup final. And AFCON, which I almost forgot AFCON concluded. España said No mas, fuck you, Trump. Even Spain, Pedro Sanchez has said more of this. Even Pedro Sanchez. And then I don't even... Guy, I'm surprised he's still in office. And he's just basically doing liberal crap. But even he says no, bro. Even he made it and says no, bro. And he's been criticizing. He's also running a partnership with Turkey. If we defend internationally, and even Pedro Sanchez is waking up. That's crazy. And even this Real Madrid fan is not even tolerating this BS. That tells you everything how bad it is. Refused. Oh yeah, Ange. Even though we don't even know what's going to happen to Ange. And we're going to talk about Spurs. Don't get me wrong. And this is why. And look at the American owners at Tottenham, for example. Daniel Levy. Okay, technically he's British. He's English. But is that true? Spurs is partial American owners like Arsenal. I forgot. Definitely not the Cronkies because that's Arsenal themselves. But yeah, if they're going to have to host at the Wanda Metropolitano, it might just be it. Or the Bernabeu, or even at the Camp Nou. Even though the new camp isn't fully fit. Canada's a country built land. Yeah, it has. Arsenal versus Walmart FC. Yeah, coming up. Basically. But besides that, even Spain for the war has been criticizing Trump since 2017. Yeah, exactly. We've seen this. He said this in 2017. But now we're hosting an event. It's real serious, bro. No, I don't know if I could play this. But yeah, even he isn't gonna basically tolerate this. Even Pedro Sanchez, who was in the EU most, left to. Oh yeah, he's definitely more left wing than Keir Starmer. Even he's calling this out. At this point, listen, I really don't care or like politics, but the problem is the way that you drag it to sports, it matters, bro. And we're gonna see more everyone. The world, who's playing at the World Classic baseball schedule today? Who's playing today? Because I forgot. Moss is an Arsenal fan, and you're a Real Madrid fan. Yeah, I'm not surprised, Keir Starmer. I'm not surprised. He's probably not going to survive the next election. And look at this. And he spoke to President Lebanon of the situation Beirut. Oh, yeah, I forgot Beirut exists in the rest of the country. Yeah, exactly, because no more war. No to war. Even he doesn't want to say that. Look at this, bro. And of course someone says, yeah, no to la guerra. I agree. At this point, yeah. And it's just a Zionist entity, and this will happen. And what's the point for allowing rigged competitions and all that? And what's the point of this intricacy then? Listen, a lot of people, they don't mind working for your agenda as long as it's not really super bad. Man, I miss 2018. God damn it. How could everything fall apart, bro? Even Trump's first legislation wasn't this bad. I mean, kind of, not from what I heard you saw. And Moss, what else would you want to say about this? We're gonna talk about Spurs in a few minutes, but everything sucks, bro. What a joke, bro. I can't enjoy everything right now. I just feel proud, disconnected, disappointed, sad. I swear things escalate this weekend before the round of 16, the Champions League kicks off. And listen, I got a finalissima trophy myself. I could 3D print that today, and there were some supports that came off. And it looks exactly like this. Just had to connect the humans and all that. So yeah, and these scrubs nearby, they're trying to ruin it. And I just feel tired, upset, and just more annoyed. Look at what's happened. Same guy that your meetings literally start. So they're saying UEFA has reported they are not changing the venue for now due to. So they're saying they'll wait until the end of next week. They're gonna have to wait till next week to make a decision. CONMEBOL has yet to make a decision, bro. Like, come on. And this war is gonna rage out. But the problem is it's just getting worse. No one cares about this game. Kind of. Yeah, just bring back. I agree. Vega's head Cruz. Should follow him. Yeah, I agree. Like, look at this mess, bro. And it matters, bro. And it's just getting worse. Even in, look at this. Someone predicted in July 2029, July 9, 2024. And it had to happen before Trump as well got assassinated. Not assassinated, but assassinated. I guarantee you wouldn't even come close. Until I'm old, I went to school actually and trained. Who are you? Why are you so sad? I know you're an experienced fan, but I think everything's gonna be alright. Christ Jesus Christ. I agree. And listen, I'm not trying to, but like I swear this affects like everything. It's just like nothing positive. And I think that but yeah, by the way, do you support Liverpool, by the way? I know you guys got knocked out by Wolves. I mean, no, you lost to Wolves. You got to play them again exactly tomorrow. Come on, Moss. Who are you? Eastern, but yeah, let's keep them of everything. But let's keep the chat respectful. But yeah, I want to be positive, but I'm just don't want to see like more of escalation, and I don't even support no one in the war because it's just stupid. There could be some maybe weird things, but like this, nah, bro. It's like too far, bro. Like I just hope, may God help us for sure. But everything needs to be complete, but even though besides the politics, war with this, that, and ICE, the ticket prices, bro. Of course, they want to be expensive. It's all about the money. But the problem is, if people like don't wake up enough, then when so, we're gonna let like corruption win. Worse than the one with the Super League back in 2021, even though that attempt failed. It's probably going to be dead because Real Madrid and Barcelona has pulled out of it. It looks like with that project. I just want to enjoy what's supposed to be an actual cool year, bro. I was supposed to see like some. Oh, it was supposed to be not just peace, but like some cool fun stuff. The World Cup, Champions Cup, going around the country, going to Latin America on vacation, having fun of my life, and a new cool reality. That's what I expected from 2026. And okay, maybe I did expect some busy stuff, like not so fun things like this, that. But I expect things that are way better. And I mean, well, the only thing that is more depressed than like a depressed American right now is by far Tottenham Hotspur fans. They are in the mud, and we're going to talk about them in 1 minute. But first, before we finish about Spurs, yeah, all I got to say, prayers for everyone. Hala Madrid, not unless you're a Liverpool fan. Okay, big up Liverpool, Arsenal, Real Madrid fan. So yeah, Spurs, we're going to talk about them. But yeah, Southside, I know. What do you think of the Champions League draw bracket? Even though we may not have gotten a lot of people in tonight. It's just, and then the viewership of YouTube is a joke. But yeah, Spurs, they lose again 3-1. Am I surprised? No. These guys might actually be finished, bro. Dude, these ever since Sonny Min left, everything has dropped off. No matter who's in charge, Kolomowani, he's there and does nothing. And they are in the mud. Tottenham are absolutely finished. The Europa League is so crap that the Europa League has lost its value, even though I got the trophy. So you're saying the current champions of Europe, okay, not Europe, but you're saying that they almost went from beating PSG if they didn't have that stupid DNA to absolutely crumble, bro, all season long. Because I thought Spurs, they started off the season well, right? The Europa League champions, even if they lost the Super Cup, they basically won against I forgot who, and they beat Manchester City 2-0. And they also beat, I forgot who. Everything was going fine in the first few days, and then Spurs, they would like fall off, and they're now losing games consistently. When was the last time Spurs won a game, guys? I think we're gonna win. I think we get to the quarterfinals, but I think they'll probably lose to PSG. Yeah, I think yes, and I'm gonna have a lot to say about the Champions League. Spurs, their fixtures, bro, they are in the mud, bro. And we're gonna before we do the fan reaction, let's go to the Champions League bracket. So yeah, Spurs, it's not looking good. Not Flamengo. I mean, we will be doing a Flamengo for the men's game very soon. By the way, since I'll drop down the chat, and I tend to defend them because they're Portuguesa. But I got until 7:20. Yeah, I still need to talk to this, talk to that. But yeah, we need more. Absolutely. We need everyone to join the chat. So yeah, before we talk about more about Spurs, I just want to say subscribe to Flamengo TV. Let me drop that in right now. Subscribe to them. Free games. Leandro's gonna change everything, bro. But yeah, I think Sociedad, Atletico Madrid. But yeah, all right. Besides Flamengo, so yeah, Spurs, bro, they are in big trouble, and we're gonna check their fixtures, bro. They might just get knocked out. The Europa League champions are in the mud, but I don't care. How did Spurs finish freaking fourth? How did they finish fourth place in the Champions League? Get out of here. How did these guys finish above Barcelona, Chelsea, Manchester City, Real Madrid, PSG, Inter Milan, Atletico? They were in third place behind Liverpool by a single point and only 7 points behind Arsenal. So they were closer. Not really. So you're saying they were closer to Spurs than Benfica? Sorry, Arsenal than Benfica. That's mad. How is that possible in this world? How did they finish fourth? And with this, they're going to have to play Atletico Madrid, bro. Let's see what happens, because the first leg is in Madrid and the second leg is in Spain, even though La Liga's been trash. But yeah. Where are you going? Are you going? But yeah, subscribe to Flamengo TV. Here's the link. But still. We all know Liverpool, they'll play Galatasaray, and then you probably will see. We'll see what happens with PSG Chelsea, bro. This could be 50-50. If you're PSG, you're going. We'll wait and see what they do against Monaco. First off, Monaco, and then Chelsea, and then Chelsea again the second leg, because they can postpone that game against Nantes. They'll probably play that game. During one of the French Cup weeks, probably during that semifinal. But yeah, Arsenal. Arsenal, of course, they got Leverkusen. They got an easy route to the semis. Barca, maybe not as much of an easy route after all. I think Atletico Madrid should advance, honestly. Just because Spurs are trash and Spurs, their season is about to be ended, bro. Just imagine what tasting to be as a Spurs fan, bro. These guys are finished, bro. Let's see the odds in the Wanda. So clear, bro. 52%. These guys, bro. Very lucky to win that Europa League. Europa League is trash. What do you think is winning the Europa League? And how are they doing in the Champions League? I just showed you the Champions League, so we saw the bracket. Let's check the fixtures. They've lost every single London derby. Oh, and they don't. I mean, the only advantage Spurs has, they don't play in the FA Cup. Because Villa knocked them out. Is literally against Atletico Madrid, who just knocked out Barcelona at the Copa del Rey. Even though barely on aggregate 4-3, because Atletico smashed them themselves. And Atletico are going to have to play Real Sociedad back to back. They're going to have to play them this weekend and then in the final themselves. So already. They got Atletico Madrid, Liverpool, and then, yeah, just keep stressing out. These guys might be finished. These guys might actually get relegated, bro. I could see them losing to Wolves as well. Villa, Leeds, Chelsea, that's probably going to be a lot. But yeah, their last game is against Everton. We'll see what happens. All hell Spurs, bro. These guys are in 16th. 1 point above relegation. Steep. West Ham is getting confident, bro, as they won their game, even though they're going to host Manchester City up next. But West Ham won against Fulham. I think away from home, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it was. West Ham won the Hammers derby, just like in 2023. Because these were the results. And Fulham were the ones that took, but yeah, the exact opposite. 3-2. 5-0, yeah, this is the one. But yeah, Somerville, and yeah, West Ham beats Fulham. And the Hammers derby. West Ham got the FA Cup. But yeah, West Ham, these guys be confident, even though they're going to have to play Manchester City. But Spurs got to play Liverpool next. That's the freaking problem. Liverpool, despite how shite they look, the Liverpool could come back and get the result anyways. Because Aston Villa, they don't know what they're doing. This is the most embarrassing season as a Liverpool fan. We lost 9 games. Yeah, and Arne Slot, I don't know, man. Liverpool, you guys have been absolutely crap. Of course, you're in 6th. At one point, you were at mid-table, but the problem is you guys are not doing good enough. And the standards have dropped off. Everything has dropped off. Okay, day 5. Literally. Ever since Crystal Palace gave you that L, and Crystal Palace are now seeing to drop off themselves, Spurs have been worse. Liverpool, and I think you guys are going to trophy this. I don't think you win the Champions League. I think Chelsea or PSG. If it's PSG, they'll probably knock you out again. I expect Liverpool to be Galatasaray, but probably not PSG. Chelsea or PSG. Well, it could be PSG. I think PSG will perform a lot better. And PSG will either play Real Madrid, Bayern, or Man City. Let's be honest. We'll see if Real Madrid does upset Manchester City, because Man City, they drop points, don't rule them out. Going trophyless United or going trophyless Villa. They got the Europa League. Chelsea's best shot, I would say, is the FA Cup. Because they're probably not going to win the UCL. They're not winning the Premier League. They're out of the EFL Cup. Yeah. That's just annoying. But anything could happen, but like nothing. Yeah, you guys spent $500 million and six should be competing. Like, what is going on for Arnie Slot, bro? Absolutely. Finger right winger and center back. Like, Kanate has not been playing well. Even Van Dyke, all the levels. Like, is Arnie Slot washed? The only way you guys could achieve something is the FA Cup, which I think is your best shot. But let's see if this repeats that again tomorrow. Which we will talk about the game tomorrow. We will be live, and then you guys got Galatasaray away on Tuesday, and then you guys host Spurs on Sunday. On Sunday, the 15th of March, Liverpool, Galatasaray second leg as well. Some Brighton, Liverpool. Just gotta play Brighton away. Fulham at home. Everton and the Derby as well. So yeah, you might just fight for that Champions League spot / probably should win the FA Cup. All right, but let's go with Spurs fixtures. But Spurs have been the most embarrassing. With Liverpool, these guys have not. They thought they would be back, and I thought we saw a bit improvements, but no. So yeah, Spurs, if they do get knocked out by Atletico Madrid, if somehow Newcastle and Spurs do an upset together, they can meet in the Champions League quarterfinals. I think it's guaranteed unlikely. These are Spurs' last few games. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Just 11 more games for Spurs for the nightmare to end. But yeah, I think Atletico Madrid will knock them out, and yeah. I think Atletico will advance in the quarters, in my opinion, because Spurs, these guys are in the mud. So let's react to some tweets, bro, because these guys, bro, it's just game funny, more muddy than anything else, bro. But yeah, these guys have not looked the same since Harry Kane left Spurs, and he's doing his thing at Bayern Munich. Spurs, you are finished. Storm 52. How's the game yesterday? I don't think. Everyone. Yeah, I mean, wait, what does that mean, you think? Even Crystal Palace fans chanting, sit down, you're going down. Yeah, how mock. But yeah, even the lad in the wheelchair literally still don't walk out the stadium. That's how bad it is, bro. Imagine, bro, Spurs, bro. They tend to be all the Europa League champions because Manchester United are so washed. And Manchester United are washed as well, bro. They may be in third. That might just be the trophy at this point. Yes, they're having a better season than Spurs. Don't get me wrong. But it's just like this. Even the expressions, bro. The most already called social service because of this, bro. He has enough, bro. Like, it's so bad being a Spurs fan, bro. You can't celebrate anything. You're going trophyless. You're probably going to get down. And if Spurs do go down, these guys should never be in the top 6 ever again, bro. I would not be surprised if Spurs go down. And the Spurs, go down, like I said, no more North London Derby, no more London Derby, and no more taking points away. For some reason, Spurs only turns up against Manchester City, especially at the Etihad. So I remember that 3-3 draw, and these guys would still be inconsistent. And again, these guys finished 17th. They were like 11 points clear of relegation. And they won that freaking Europa League, and now they're getting closer. It's so bad, bro. With the North London Derby, bye-bye. Unless the FA Cup somehow meets or in the Carabao Cup, which could happen. No wonder why you got pounded by Arsenal, 4-1, Everything just fell apart ever since that Super Cup final, which I thought Thomas Frank did a really great job, and I thought Spurs were gonna do this, but they're just gonna bottle it. And they were just doing okay. Then the fluke game here, and then this, they've been doing good. And then like October, things started to get back to reality. And yeah, they started to lose more games, losing Chelsea, losing to Liverpool, at home as well. The only turn against Man City, but yeah, back-to-back 4-1 smashing against Arsenal. And if you get relegated against Chelsea, that could be your worst nightmare. You already lost to your biggest rivals back-to-back, and now you might just disappear off the map for the first time. When was the last time Spurs got relegated? It's been a while. The Premier League has fought off this season. I think La Liga is the best thing in the world. That players are actually play good football. I'm 14. I've seen my team win 9 trophies. We are embarrassing. Next season, please win the trophy. Because you guys are not going to win the FA Cup, right? You're not the favorites for the FA Cup. Maybe there is a chance at the FA Cup. But I know you're not the favorites. I think Manchester City will want to go for it again. Who knows? Arsenal with these lads, bro. But Spurs, bro, these guys are just finished. And Spurs, they're about to make 5 million subscribers. They literally don't deserve it. Like, I don't get what made Spurs the third biggest club in London when they're just bottling things, if anything. Arsenal are just clear of them. Even though, of course, last year it felt like a miracle of these being cracked open for being in heaven, basically. But even though so you're saying La Liga is better than the Premier League? Is that what you're saying as well? Well, I don't know about that because La Liga, I got a lot to say, but yeah. Guti, bro, he won't stop. Guti is so obsessed with Atletico and Barcelona, but let's listen, bro. The man has on the splits, bro. Like, yeah, just don't watch Spurs. Do something else. You know, not trying to force people to leave, but like, there's no other options. There's better options to do.
Brother, I'm telling you, bro. What's Tottenham Social Services? Haringey Social Services, blood. Let's phone them, bro. Let's phone them. We're gonna have to do this, bro. Let's phone them, blood.
Welcome to Haringey's Health and Adult Social Care Line.
Brother, I'm seeing hella kids in the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium that shouldn't be there, blood. This is child abuse, fam. No. Stop talking. You listen to me, blood. Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, what 3-point lane, fam. There's hella kids out there, blood. They shouldn't be there, fam. Let me tell you this right now, blood. Get down to the stadium and do your jobs, blood. Do your jobs, blood. Big man ting. There's kids in pain, fam. That's what, and you're there waffling. Let me talk. Stop talking over me, blood. There are kids in.
Yeah, but yeah, it's kind of sad. I mean, it's laughable if you're a rival fan. But yeah, Spurs, bro, they might just be the most useless team, and I feel sorry to all the Spurs fans at heart. But like, yeah, these guys, bro, you guys are about to get relegated before the World Cup. I didn't expect that. I expect you to go trophy list. Even though you did surprise me for winning that Europa League, which Atletico Madrid are about to. Even though their standards are supposed to be lower, but they tend to be the third biggest club, so why not keep those standards up high? But yeah, these guys. This is what we saw. This is what Vasco could have been. This is what Fluminense could have been. This is what Corinthians could have been. That could have been them in the Brasileirão. They could have gone relegated. Santos, stays up, thankfully. That could have been them, because just imagine. But yeah. Spurs, bro, they're not a serious club, in my opinion. They're not a serious club. Their owners, bro, they just don't make sense, bro. Spurs, what's the point about them? I just don't get it, bro. Spurs are awful, dead to watch. I'm not really surprised about them. And I'm not waking up for a 5:30. I don't know, bro. Spurs are so dead. And at this point, I don't even feel like I'm gonna laugh as you guys think. Spurs, they just make me sleepy, quiet, off to bed, disintegrated of nothing. Spurs are a joke. Arsenal tend to be jokers, but they try competing even though they just don't win it. That's the difference. Even though I expect Arsenal to win the trophy now. I feel quite sad. I mean, not sad, tired. But I'm hopeful, but since there's no work tomorrow, I should be working. Yo, big up to you, Michael. Big up to you. Salute you. I've just opened up my eyes. You're here. Big up. It's gonna be well known. She runs me that. Yeah. There's a few things. First of all, well, I'm maybe not laughing just because of my tiredness. Spurs in the mud. We were talking about that. They are in the mud, as we've seen expression tears. Everything is kicking off at Spurs' ground, bro. Best stadium in the championship. And yes, due to the unfortunately the advanced thing with Iran, which I need to address. I know it's political and all that, but the problem is Trump and all that's just not helping. And with this, the final misma between Spain and Argentina is apparently going to get moved or postponed because of the war, unfortunately. And this makes a bad look for the World Cup. That's a bad thing. But yeah, both things are at the same time. Spurs, getting relegated as they are in the mud with those tears, as tend to be not serious, dead at the same time with this event, of course. But yeah, I'm doing good, Michael. I just feel tired. I'll be streaming for another 15 minutes, I guess. And then I do have to leave, of course. Yeah, X will be checking in those. Again, yeah, at this point, you might just, just start gaming, I guess. You might just start gaming at this point, which I haven't checked out expression in a while. But at this point, I recommend he starts the gaming because Spurs, bro, they are so dead, bro. They are not serious. Let's even check the stats, bro. I recommend you guys do not subscribe to Spurs channel, bro. Don't want to end up like these frauds, bro. But yeah, I think Atletico Madrid will knock them out of the UCL. And as in Atleti, even they are about to break their curse. So I backed them to beat Chelsea, and yes, they go 1-0 up. The fans celebrated because the pressure is Dominic Solanke scored. And what was the point of sacking Thomas Frank? Maybe it's just the players, the entity itself. Because if no one could fix it, no one is there. And then penalty and then 2 open play goals. Venden and Stinker and Hook suspended, bro. They had the same shots and they're opening up the legs, bro. Ricario, Stinker, and Hooked. Wait, did he even play? Let me see. What has happened to Ricario, bro? Every one of them has dropped off, bro. These, but yeah, these guys, bro, they are in the mud, and they're probably not gonna be. They're not coming out. These guys wouldn't even win CONCACAF Champions Cup. These guys wouldn't even win that. Of course, they're not winning Conference League, bro. Very lucky to win that against United. Well, United did nothing as well, or fuck all as well. But even troll football saying ha ha ha. Think this is funny. But yeah. They have not won a Premier League game in 2026, bro. More than Then Riallo de Vello's run. Big up C Media. Spurs in the win. Yeah. Just like Vasco. Again, just like Vasco. Guess what? They're suffering the same fate as well, even though the season just kicked off. In Brazil, Vasco, that's going to be them probably next from Brazil. But Spurs, since they're playing the best Premier League, the best league in the world, the Premier League, of course, and all the media and all that. But they're not even close to be a top six club, bro. Like I don't even get it. What's this gimmick top six hype, bro? Like all because they built a new stadium or all that. All because of that North London rivalry with Arsenal. Like get out of here. That doesn't. Spurs are Spurs even bigger than West Ham? Tell me, are Spurs even bigger than West Ham? Are they bigger than Palace? Are they bigger than Brentford? Probably not at this point. It's just not sustainable. These guys are not serious, bro. And it's just the melting tears. Everyone will be laughing, bro. That's gonna be Vasco soon. I know it's gonna be them because these guys, same thing like Spurs. That's why I call Vasco da Gama the Spurs of Brazil. Because it's true. These guys tend to not be serious. And they're just here for the vibes and that's it. They're just happy to be there and then before they fumble. Yeah. And then just like if you lose a big team, I mean, will anyone be sad about it? Listen, you might lose a little bit of revenue money, but who cares? No problem. Somebody is like, yeah, even a Premier League without Spurs, it would be a little bit more competitive. And even if you don't have no longer the North London derbies and all that, which I get it, but who cares? And by the way, to the Arsenal fans, Spurs isn't even their biggest rival. It should be Chelsea. By far, Arsenal Chelsea is by far the biggest rivalry in London. The London derby. It's like comparing Real Madrid with Rayo Vallecano, for example, or Getafe as their biggest rival, not Atleti. It's kind of similar to that. But I just don't get it. How the Spurs. Fair play to Harry Kane, of course. And thank goodness Harry Kane is no longer at that mess, bro. Harry Kane made the right decision to move to Bayern Munich, even though I think he probably should have left Tottenham Hotspur probably a little bit earlier, maybe. Probably before the Euros or before the World Cup. And yeah, Harry Kane, of course, he's doing his thing at Bayern Munich. Gonna win another trophy. He's gonna win the German Deep Pokal, aka German Cup. So yeah, that's gonna be there. And yeah, and I think Bayern Munich, well, yeah, he's living life. Spurs doesn't have to deal with that shit show, but yeah, Daniel Levy, baby call for him, and I can't even make a joke, bro. Like it's just so. But yeah, Spurs, bro. If Atletico Madrid do not pass Spurs, bro, this is embarrassing, bro. But yeah, don't expect the North London derby in the semifinals. We all know it's not going to happen. We all know that the North London derby is not going to happen. We all know it's not going to happen. So yeah, we'll see about any updates about PSG Monaco. But we'll see. Real Madrid plays Celta Vigo. But listen, anything is possible, but we got a big week ahead. Which we will be doing a live stream, but it's like, yeah. So yeah, I think I've said everything. I'm not ending the stream just yet. I mean soon, but I just got a lot of things to say, bro. But yeah, with the political war of Iran, I swear if this does not get resolved, we might have to make another emergency meeting, bro. Like, might just boycott the World Cup then. Because if we're allowing this corruption, this will be allowed, then yeah. It's not good. I just want to be at a better world, of course. Because then, yeah, just focus on the important stuff. And banter is fine, of course, like this. Because yeah, enjoy. But yeah, Spurs. I mean, nothing against you, but yeah, Spurs. They're gonna play against Millwall unless they qualify to the Premier League. Coventry is one of the favorites to come back to the Premier League from the Championship. Is Sheffield United still in the Championship? Because I haven't paid attention to the Championship in like a while. But surprised that Spurs had to win that Europa League trophy since they don't have Son Heung-min who wants to build a dynasty with LAFC. Possibly one of the favorites to win the CONCACAF Champions Cup. The potential LAFC Cruz Azul quarterfinals is on the verge of happening. Will be interesting. But yeah, I don't even think Spurs survive in Brazil. And we're gonna have to talk about La Liga. Because La Liga's been mostly about Barcelona or Madrid. Atleti's doing their best in the third, and everyone else is either like third or non-existent. But yeah, what else would you want to say, guys, before I do wrap up? Spurs, these guys are absolutely in the mud, bro. The only club that could the only big club that is like I mean, well, especially even though it's outside the English world, is by far Vasco. These guys, bro. But yeah, at halftime they left after giving up those two open play goals. They even won though, and then yeah, Crystal Palace didn't even did anything in the second half. That's the worst part, bro. Crystal Palace are not even that great, bro. Crystal Palace have lost more Gay, they're losing more players, no longer Elise and all that. Glasner's leaving. Crystal Palace are about to go trophyless. Unless they win the Conference League, which I wouldn't rule out Rayo Vallecano to do it. But yeah, if you're a Spurs fan, at this point, you just might have to turn it off. Just focus on something better then. The only positive, just the best stadium in the championship. Yeah, enjoy. Enjoy playing Charlton if they are in the championship or not. But yeah, enjoy playing these teams. Swansea. Some teams are in League One, I know. Some of them are in the championship. But yeah, Spurs, they are in the mud. Mad garbage, bro. These guys stink real bad. Than even like the worst public restrooms, bro. No wonder why. Mr. Clark, bro. They don't even like Crystal Palace are not even that great anymore. You do that? It's a joke. You and Chelsea do some stability here. They're clear, like even though they may be not any better, blue call unless Chelsea gets worse, but it probably will take a couple of years. We'll see what happens. Anything is possible. But Spurs, bro, these guys just make you want to sleep at this point, bro. Like, there's nothing positive about Spurs. 9-4, even they have a chance of doing something, bro. Even they. Even Nottingham Forest could do something. It's going to be a long season, bro. Spurs are nowhere near. Even AC Milan's downfall isn't as bad, bro. Even then. Well, anyways, I think I'm gonna continue on for just a few more minutes. So, any final things what you want to say, bro? I know I didn't did much today, but I will go live. But yeah, it's a joke, bro. Any final thoughts? I guess we'll go on 2 minutes and then I gotta go anyways. But yeah, it's not serious, bro. Hopefully things get worse. We'll come back tomorrow, bro. Should be a lot better, bro. But yeah, it's gonna be absolutely gonna be stressed out for the next few minutes. Sorry, a few days. Come on, Atletico Madrid. It's like comparing to freaking Vasco. Yeah, that does not count. The Recopa, that's something else, bro. Any final thoughts? What would you want to say about Spurs' downfall or anything? What else? Because I gotta go soon. Any final thoughts? All right, guys. I will be here tomorrow. Hopefully things get better, but it's probably going to be a complicated few weeks, bro. So it's not looking good. Honestly, it's worst of all to be a Spurs fan, but everyone else thought. Yeah, exactly. So yeah. But anyways, see you guys later. So I gotta go, guys. Sorry about that. It's because of this event. Bye. I'll see you guys tomorrow.